Hi guys, so today I want to try out this bundle I picked up, I think last craft day on HSN. It's the Enchanted Dreams, my Crafter's Companion. I think I showed it in the haul video. Funny enough, I think I misplaced a few things, but we'll talk about that in just a minute. If this is still available, which I believe it is, I'll have it linked in the description box. Those will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. This came with glitter, and I have the glitter here. But it also came with a kit that has like foil and glue and stuff like that, so I'm sure it's under here somewhere. Oh my gosh, guys, sorry. I was like, oh, it's probably under here somewhere, and I started looking for it, but it's still not here. So anyway, I'm sure it's in front of me somewhere. I'm just not seeing it, which is typical. But anyway, it was just like that gilding flake and glue, which I really love to play with. It's really easy, and I wanted to try it out today because I know it's something that you probably don't see often. Super easy, guys. You just put some glue, wait till it gets a little bit tacky, and then just put your gilding flakes. You can dip into it with like a stamp. I have other videos on that, and I'm sure there's plenty of videos out there from other people that you can check out. But either way, if I find it, great. If I don't, I don't. But I just want to try it out. So we have some stencils, which are great. I love this one. I really, you know what, we're going to use this somehow. We have a 3D embossing folder. I'll leave that for another time. Beautiful papers, of course. I guess, did I not open this? You know, generally in videos I'll open it, but it might have been a larger haul, so I just didn't have time to go through everything. But I kind of showed it a little bit like this. This is all very pretty. Kind of, I don't usually do 6x6, and I'm like, maybe I should just do a whole like 6x6er. We'll see. Fairy with stamp with a die, little like hot air balloon kind of thing with flowers and the die. I was thinking about doing this guy, the little unicorn there, but this is lovely too with all the different stuff, you know, mixed in with them. We'll see. Definitely want to use these dies. We have these stamps, and I was like, textures. They're stamps, so it gives, you know, I don't know if I would call it texture, but yes, something, right? So we can do that. Oh, this would be nice if you use the gilding flakes with it, huh? Anyway, or maybe some embossing. Excuse me, then you would have some nice texture with that. So we'll see. I don't know. I kind of want it to be a little more whimsical, a little more artsy, you know? So let me grab a card base. I'll think about what we want to do. The reason I'm kind of debating this guy is because he's going to be so easy to color, you know? There's not a lot going on. Of course, I love like a white unicorn with like, I don't know, gold or silver horn or something like that. I think it'd be really nice, but let's see how big that is. Sorry, like sucking air through my teeth thinking here. So I'm kind of looking at these and see how the way they're kind of open, like they're so pretty. Okay, well, let me flip through. I'll think about what I want to do, and I'll be right back. Found it. So this all comes in the kit. I'm going to try to use this. We'll see. I'm kind of thinking about maybe this paper. This is kind of random because obviously it has the center, but it's not really actually cut out. Now, I think I'm just going to take a circle and cut that out, even though it's kind of interesting because the paper itself obviously is more jagged, right? Like what's going on here. You can take a craft knife and get in there, but I think I'm just going to cut it with a circle. We'll do this guy. We'll do some stamping. We'll add some of these other bits. Oh, I wanted to use this too. It would be kind of odd. Well, I mean, let's talk about this. So let's say we'll just quickly use this stencil. Just again to add a little something. I do want to use some of that gilding, not gilding, the little, well, I guess they are called gilding flakes, huh? Something like that. It looks like it goes this way, right? And then again, it looks like the word again. So obviously there's a direction. Unless you don't care, then, you know, do whatever you like. What I think I'm going to do is pop that there. Actually, let's go ahead. Let's not, I was going to be a little hasty and just get to it. Put that down. And let's put that there. And let's get, should we use like a brown? Yeah, I think brown will look nice. And I have a brown memento ink here somewhere. There we go. Rich cocoa, that'll work. Let's get some of this. And I'm just holding it, guys, because it's just going to be kind of fun. And just really putting it in this corner because, oh, that could have been bad. Let's see. We're going to cut this middle part away anyway, so I'm not super concerned. Oh my goodness. Okay, I was going to say, we're having a hard time with this one, or at least I am, because I didn't glue it down, or tape it down. That's pretty, right? It just adds a little something, again, texture as it will, as it were, should I say. Okay, so we have that. I also want to do the little stamping. Now this is what's interesting about this stuff. I'm gonna put it on here, I can wash this off later. Let's put this card base somewhere else. And I said I wanted to stamp, what was it? Oh, some of this stuff, right? Something like this. Not this one. Ay. Guys, where is it? Lots of fun things in here. This guy, like this area, right? If we stamp it down here just to add some texture. And before I misplace this guy, we'll do that in just a second. Okay. So this is, oh, that's a bummer. I want it for this side. I guess we'll do it this way, even though the words are upside down. I already did something up here, you know what I'm saying? We can put it on the edge. That's a bummer. I really want to use this. I mean, it's artsy. I don't think it really matters if you still want to use that. I'll just use this guy. This one. These are acrylic stamps. And to be honest, I don't really care how it comes out or if it stamps really well or whatever, because we're going to do something artsy with it anyway. So I'm trying to get a stamping block that's long enough. It's this guy. Yes. Look at my close to my heart ones. They're good. These, I probably have every size they sold because I was selling it myself. So, you know, something like that. I'm gonna go ahead and do this, even though I'm gonna die cut this later, so hopefully we don't lose anything in that happening. What I normally do is I take the glue, and you can either pat it onto your stamp or put it on a surface and then stamp into it, so I'm kind of gonna do that, I think. I have Cosmic Shimmer is usually the one I use, so we'll see how this glue works. Excuse me. So I don't try to use a lot of it, but I'm gonna just kind of put that down on my surface. And really just, I'm gonna stamp into it, but like I said, usually I do this a little bit differently, but that's alright. So let me get some glue on here. Okay, we'll see how that works. And again, I don't really care, this is kind of more artsy, so we can start maybe over here in this top corner. Just give it a stamp, and then we're gonna wait just a few seconds to put our little gold flake on. And that'll give me a moment to go get something to put that gold flake in, because I might need to put it in something else. So there we go. And I don't know if this glue has anything fun about it, because sometimes you can wait till it gets blue or tacky or something like that. I feel like, actually I'm just going to go for it. Clean that up if you would like. Because what happens is I am going to, I'll just grab some with my hand. And you just put it on there, right? So we'll just put it on here and hopefully it'll stick where it needs to stick. Ooh, that glue dries kind of fast, guys. Usually the glue gives you a little moment to work with it. Nah, not my favorite. Not too wonderful. Look at that. Okay, let's try it again. Let's try it again. And generally what you do is you take your little sponge and just kind of do this kind of thing. Look at that, I didn't do anything. That's crazy. Okay, let's do this a different way. Do I have a brush here? Oh, this guy. And we're gonna work faster apparently. That's what I say, I haven't tried this glue before, so I don't have any idea. But we're gonna put this on here. And we'll try it again. And this time we'll just do it more quickly. So let's stamp again, hopefully. I'm sure on the back it tells you work quickly with it or something, you know? I don't know. And really, generally, you just want to get this on here everywhere. Oh, come on, buddy. That's really packed in there, guys. Ooh. Let's try that. What is going on? That glue is very weird. The Cosmic Shimmer one's very easy to work with. This is like not doing anything. Okay, well, that was kind of a mess. Let's see if we can do something to fix that. That's crazy. What is going on? I'll tell you what's going on. Nothing. Nothing is going on here. All right, let's do this. Instead of just messing up our card, let's try something else. At least we'll get some on here. that worked better. Just so we can at least have something to show for it. Generally, you pat it down, and then you rub it all off. And this one is just not, even Tonic has some of this stuff and it works great. So we added something just to not ruin the whole paper with some weird stuff. So I did that, and you know what, since we did that, why don't we put some up here on this top side. I was like, maybe it has some information. Nope, doesn't say anything. Okay, let's try it again. So we have some there, let's put some up here. I don't want to, generally you don't use the sponge until the end. This stuff is just like not sticking. And I did wait for it to dry the first time, so it's not that. Not dry completely, you don't want it to dry completely. You want it to be a little bit sticky. Weird, oh well. I'm gonna say I must be doing something wrong because I don't think they're gonna have something that just doesn't work. It's so dry already, that's the other thing. Weird. But again, I just want to add a little something. You've seen I have other videos where you try this stuff out and it just works. I'm just gonna do that. Like right now, it's getting sticky. It's not quite sticky, but then it dries so fast too. Weird. I'm gonna try and do that. Okay, well that's a little thicker application. But okay, well at least we got something on there, right? Up here and down here. Sorry about the lighting. What I'm going to do is clean up. I'm going to get just a circle die from my stash and just put it right in the center to cut out this aperture, okay? And I'll be right back. I want to show you, like if I went with that one, it'd be kind of inside that circle, but still a little bit odd. So I'm just going to cut more of it out with the next size up. These are my diamond press nesting ones. And I'm just eyeballing this. And I'll put my tape towards the center because that part's going to fall out anyway. And I'll run that through. Okay guys, so grab a couple things here. So this is our piece here again with a little bit of that inking up there. I think I'm gonna put this way, obviously. That's where we did our stamping. This guy can be in the background. I don't know if I'm gonna have it stand up. I guess we could. Why not? You know, I don't like bringing my cards always to the very edge, so I'm gonna trim a little bit away from all the edges here. And if that's a 6-inch square, then let's do like 5 7/8, and I mean literally I'm just taking the smallest amount off. I would like to keep it nice and straight, clearly. So again, I want it to be still centered, hopefully. So I'm just gonna go around and do that. Literally taking off like a 1/16 of an inch so I can end up at 5 7/8. Oh, that one's already, how did that happen? It's already short. I wonder if this paper shrunk? No. Let's see here. That's interesting. Well, I guess we did it together. I was like, I'll be right back, but no. So what I'm thinking about, again, see, I just want that little bit of crisp in the background. Now it's seeing through to white paper, so we can layer it up again. This is not the thickest paper, so I'm going to make this into a shaker, but I wish this paper was a little bit thicker. I'm going to pop that behind it. And I think what we should do is do some modeling or something fun. I'm going to use this in a minute for our other little guy, I think. Yeah. So let's take this and let's get some ink. And I need blue. That's green. Let me get a blending brush and send it up without a lid. I guess it being in here kind of helps it because it still has some ink in it. But I'm just going to take some inks that I have here and just, let's see, this one's darker. Yeah. And this is just honestly the cheapest like Michael's Recollections paper, so if it doesn't blend very well, I'm not super concerned, but that's why. It has like a tooth to it, a graininess, and I'm just kind of being a little bit heavy-handed too, so. Oh, I like the color of that blue. I'm not trying to do like a very nice job, I'm just getting some color down. It is very deep. I guess that's it. I just want something that's going to show in the background, maybe like this. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Let me put these things away. So let's go ahead again, just like this. Just glue that down the center. then behind that piece of paper that we just die cut and things, I'm going to add a little acetate. And I'm just putting this right in the center knowing that it's going to show through, basically. Right? A little something. Is this acetate big enough? I have a piece of acetate here. No. Okay, let me grab another piece of acetate. Again, you can cut it the whole 6 inches if you would like. That way it'll make this sturdier. But if you don't want to waste it, I mean, I have this piece here that actually works really well, but it's like right there. Ooh. Anyway, either way, I'll be right back. So I cut this piece. It's about 4 1/4 inch square. So, nice crisp acetate there. We're gonna put that down, make sure it's really glued down along the edges. And that's there. Looking pretty. I think we'll go ahead and put some dimensional adhesive all behind there. So I'm just going to line this out completely, and whenever you stop, I usually just bring it around the corner, but sometimes that gets a little bit difficult to do. So I'm just going to cut it off. And where you stop, you really want to butt up the next piece so that you don't end up losing your sequins. If you want to put a little extra glue, I definitely would recommend that, because what happens is this stuff gets dry after a while and it just completely comes apart. So if you're sending somebody something that you would like them to keep for a long time, or giving somebody something like that, you definitely want to make sure that you're taking the time to do that. It does take longer to dry, obviously. We put wet glue, but it's worth it in the long run. Again, really button up. That one probably could have been closer, so I'll kind of push this a little bit. And let's see. See that paper? Oh, it kind of drives me nuts because it's so thin. But that's okay. I mean, what are you going to do? Let's get some... I'm going to pick this up a little bit and try to release that. You see how it's like making it curve? That's not great. So I'm gonna, that's a little better. Just need, I think when I was laying it down, I was just keeping it so tight. So let's let it, give it some room to breathe. And you see that? Just kind of redoing it helped out. So something to think about. I'm just going to pop some of these guys in here because it's a whole huge tub and there's lots of it, so why not? If you want to add some other different spangle shapes, of course you can definitely do that. That is way too much. Let me get my little scoop. Let's have this little guy help me shovel this back. I think that'll be good. Yeah, I like it to shake. There's no reason to put just a ton in there. Okay. And I'm going to take the carriers off and I'll be right back. Okay, guys. So again, I'm just bringing it right in here. Just eyeballing. I left myself a very little space, if you remember the little bit of white space all around. Always give it a good smush. Turn it over and really squish it from the back. That's just what I like to do. I don't know. And you see, it wasn't a ton, but it looks like a ton, so that's why I like to not put too much shaker mix, but this is a big guy. Looking good. Okay, I was debating if I want to do watercolor for this guy, and I think I will. And I think we're going to try... No, we'll just put it on watercolor card. I was thinking about stamping it with a Tombow marker and then drawing the color out and stuff like that, but I think I'm just going to go old school, like just regular kind of way. Let me get that all matted up on here, and I'll be right back. Alright, and we're going to take this guy, and again, acrylic stamps. Oh my gosh, what did I talk about closing these up? And look at that, it's been open for a minute now. Oh well, okay. Let's put this guy here. He does have a die, so we're going to cut him out with that die, so I just want to give it some space. And I'm using Memento ink because I'm going to use markers to color this guy in with. So let's just make sure we have that on there. I'll probably have to stamp it at least twice. Especially because it's watercolor paper, so it has a lot of texture to it. Oh, what is that noise? Oh, I see what it is. Let's turn that off. It's my other light source. I feel like I need a little bit more over here. The ear's missing, like the back of there, and then like in here. Okay. I'm gonna let this dry so we can watercolor with it. I haven't done this in a long time, so we're just gonna try this out and see what happens. Generally, like I said, I do like a white kind of look on our little horsey, so I'm gonna see, like, let's try this Sweet Dreams. I don't know. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Now we can go right on here and like add in some color, and then right away take a water brush that I have a little liquid here and just kind of pull that away. Or you can put it on your surface like this and then grab the color and come in and add it. I don't know if you can see, there's not too much difference in the way it looks. Yeah, that kind of thing. And again, it's a white horse, so I'm just doing blue. I mean, you can go with gray to make it look more like a white tone. Just making it look kind of icy. I don't know that I let this dry long enough because I can see some of that black ink is picking up, which it shouldn't. Let's see here. And just kind of go around some of these other areas. It's a little boring, right? I mean, it's what it is. Let's see here. So I'm just gonna go through, add a little color, pull it through, and see how that looks. I did bring out a shimmer pen though, so I think we're gonna use some shimmer. Just a minute here. Let me a little blue there. A little boring, guys. So let's get a little bit of pink, maybe inside his little ear, just to add a little pop of color. And I'm just leaving that just the way it is. Let's see, hooves. Maybe some gray, so we can color the little hoofs. And right in here, looking like a lot like the blue I just used. That's not great, but it's okay. And again, I'm just simply coloring this guy in. Maybe put a little bit more on the edges to at least make it look like they're kind of round, you know what I'm saying? And a little bit, darker around these guys. I'm just going to take it right to the project because it looks like this water pen is releasing a lot of water for some reason all of a sudden. Let's just blend that in a little bit. So you see, if I make it darker on the sides, it looks like it's rounded. We're trying some stuff, guys. We're trying some stuff. Okay, and then we have this shimmer pen. Now let me see if I can get this guy going, because I don't know that I haven't used it in a while. Actually, let me shake it for a little bit because the shimmer's probably just sitting at the very bottom. I had it like this. So I will be right back. Squeeze this guy until we get some, oh yeah, super pretty. Okay, I'm gonna take that and just put it on the little horn there. It is a little opalescent. I'm just adding it here and there. I suppose we can do like a fun thing with the color of the mane, right? Maybe that's what we should do. Ooh, let's use this to get color. How about purple? Remember I've shown you guys how you can take this to pick up the color and just bring it in. So now we're gonna paint with some opalescence. I'm not squeezing this anymore. I'm just letting it pick up the color and go from there. And I mean, if you want to be fancier, of course you can follow the contours, maybe add a little bit of the dark purple just in some areas, just so you get a little something. So I'm just going to do the same thing you just saw me do to all these little areas, and hopefully we'll get some shimmer going. Okay, in here, and then the little bit that's left there. Hey guys, I think this is as much as I'm going to do on this. Looks a little messy because it is watercolored, so that's just how it is. Again, it's, you know, a very basic looking thing. And then I was gonna say there should be a die. It's stuck to the back of this, so there we go. I'm probably gonna hit it with the heat tool just to make sure it's nice and dry, but then I'll just run it through. Hopefully, yeah, you can see right through there. So of course tape it down so this doesn't move, and then I'll be right back, guys. So we got that guy cut out, looking pretty cool. And I know it's gonna be like messy looking, but there's like shimmer there. I know it's very subtle. Okay, so I was thinking about putting this guy like somewhere here. And then to make it more magical and fun, I wanted to also cut out several of these guys. So I'm going to run these guys through and see what looks good, maybe in different like metallic purple, I don't know, some different colors of paper, and I'll be right back. I did take a minute to clean that out. It took a while. But I kind of want like a few different things. So let me keep cutting up some of the other shapes, but I'll be right back. Stuck in there. Let me see how this one fares. It was hard getting them out because there wasn't really ejector buttons, but there were like up here, just the same as the other one. But I did run this one through twice. I went forward and then back. The other one I just ran it through the one time, and it was really just not great. So a lot of times when you have an intricate die, it's good to go forward and then go back when you're die cutting. I think that's gonna be it. Now let's see, maybe if this guy's over here instead. I don't know. Okay, well, I'll play with this. I'll be back. This might be a little much, but I think that looks good. So what I'm going to do with these guys is this one I'll just stick down the middle, and then we want to make sure his little antennas stay down so they don't get hurt in any way, because they are very delicate. Maybe we're putting him like in here. I'm going to let his little wings fly. This little guy, you can do the same thing. Sure, why not? I was gonna stick him down more, but I think we can just do the same kind of thing, just to give a lot of movement to this card. And this guy back here, we can do is glue down this part, and then just make sure he has plenty of glue in his little antenna, and back here. Something like that. And then I'm going to put some dimensionals on this guy, so I'll be right back. But look how pretty this is even without him, our little unicorn. And then maybe like a sentiment in here. I'm not going to put a sentiment on this yet because I was just thinking about it. We did a lot of different things on this card, and so I want it ready to go for whatever I end up using it for. It doesn't have any die cut words in there, so it's kind of interesting. At least this set doesn't, but you know, if you have like believe, magical, something, would be really sweet. But I'll probably just might even just leave it like this, and then on the inside maybe, you know, whatever it is that you want to stamp on the inside. But that is my card. Lots going on, lots of different things that we did to get this guy going. Yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. I'll have the links in the description box. Just something different instead of just Christmassy all the time right now. I really had a lot of fun playing with this and trying out some different things. And images coming up, links are in the description box, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now.